Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm one of the social workers here at the Child Development Center and the Alberta Children's Hospital. For the next few videos, you will hear us talk about some government-sponsored services that you may or may not access. When we talk about these services, we typically talk about three branches of government that you may become involved with. You may be accessing services from these programs at the same time or separately. You do not need to be finished with one branch to access another. I'm going to share my screen quickly so that you can see all of the programs. And so our clinic, the ASD Diagnostic Clinic, falls under Alberta Health Services. Other services that you might receive under this umbrella are our rehabilitation services. So that is pediatric community rehabilitation or early childhood rehabilitation. These programs provide multidisciplinary support to a child experiencing developmental delays within the community. Another branch that you might become involved with is Alberta Human Services, or Alberta Community and Social Services. This branch houses a very important program by the name of FSCD for short, or Family Support for Children with Disabilities. This program is discussed further in an upcoming video, but we do encourage you to apply early during your diagnostic process, as this program can have a really long wait list, and you might be eligible for services throughout your diagnostic process. FSCD is a flexible program, it is parent-led, and it does respond to the needs of your family and your child. Also, your child may be eligible for services from FSCD up until the age of 18 if they continue to qualify. They do provide a variety of services that are reviewed in an upcoming video, but please see the link attached in the comments if you want further information or you want to apply. Finally, the third branch that we're going to talk about is Alberta Education. Alberta Education provides a service called Early Childhood Services. These are educational programs that provide support and early intervention to children who qualify as young as 2 years and 8 months of age, up to potentially the age of 6. Alberta Education determines eligibility for these programs, and more information can be provided to you if you are interested. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so that we can continue to talk about early childhood services. As previously mentioned, Alberta Education is responsible for early childhood services. These programs provide support and intervention for children who qualify within a preschool setting. These programs are designed to help children prepare for entry into kindergarten or grade 1, so school readiness. These programs are funded by the government, and this funding is called PUF, so Program Unit Funding, and you may hear that term used. In order to qualify, Alberta Education dictates that your child must be no younger than 2 years, 8 months by August 31st of that school year. However, some programs won't accept children unless they are 3 years of age or older. It is important to look at all of the options available to you. With PUF, there is potential for up to 2 to 3 years of funding, but that is dependent upon the program in which you enroll. In addition to the age requirement, the child must present with a severe delay in their development, and documentation outlining how this would impact them in the classroom is just one part of the application process. So what does PUF look like? What is PUF? What do the programs look like? There is a lot of variability in the programs provided, but essentially what it looks like is that it is a preschool program with added supports. Your child will receive an individualized program plan, or IPP, that outlines your child's goals that focus on those school readiness skills. This could include things like sitting in a circle, taking turns, taking off your jacket and shoes, following directions, putting up your hand to ask questions, etc. Your child's learning team may include a teacher, a behavioral support specialist, an occupational therapist, a physiotherapist, a speech and language pathologist, a psychologist, or potentially an educational assistant. Each child will receive an individualized team, and you will be a part of creating this team and creating your child's goals and their goal plan. The team is responsible for creating the IPP and for focusing on those goals at school and including the strategies and who will be involved in those strategies, all the while updating it as your child achieves their goals. So where do you find PUF? So agencies providing a PUF program must be approved by Alberta Education. They are located throughout Alberta, but there are two different types of PUF programs. The first is called a center-based program. These center-based programs may be provided by your local school board or by a private provider. A center-based program is where the entire team is employed and housed at the preschool itself. A child must attend the preschool at the same center where the team is located. These programs may be integrated, which means that both children who are receiving PUF and children who are typically developing attend together, or these programs may be specialized and only support children who receive PUF funding. A second type of program is called a community-based program. This means the child is enrolled in a local community preschool of the parent's choice and the PUF provider who supports the child within that community setting. Both the preschool and the PUF provider are not physically located at the same location. Parents must enroll their child in both the preschool as well as with the PUF provider, and parents are responsible for the monthly cost of the preschool. A lot of community preschools already have a prior relationship with a PUF provider, and they may be able to guide you if that is an option that you want to consider. The parents must ensure that the program, that is the preschool program, is comfortable with having a PUF provider attend with your child. The therapy team for these types of programs may include an aide for your child, as well as the previously mentioned therapy services. The other thing about community-based programs is that they might be provided within the community preschool, or they also could be provided at home as well. Alberta Health Services does not endorse any of these programs in particular, but we are happy to provide you with a directory of the preschool service providers within Calgary and the surrounding areas to help guide your decision. This can be emailed to you at your request. Information about PUF programming and early childhood services is subject to change as it is directed by Alberta Education. The experts on this type of funding are the programs itself that provide it, and they will be a great resource to you. It is best to contact the agencies directly to receive the most up-to-date information. In the upcoming video, you're going to hear a little bit more about the Family Support for Children with Disabilities program, and we do encourage you to apply. Have a great day.